You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. And my question today, has Cheryl Reeve made a mockery of the WNBA? Has the WNBA past existence of the way the Team USA and the politics, was that a reason that fans stayed away from the game? Those are my questions that I want to answer for you tonight to give you a clear understanding and give you an objective view as we went along with Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever, and fantastic opportunity. The WNBA All-Stars just went in there and just flat out beat Team USA. And here's where I go back, and folks, I'll bring this to you in a way that, it can make sense or it may not make sense. But I want to bring it to you because here's my concern. When you go into the NBA, as you see, and you go in there and you got an expectation from the fans. The fans want you to come in there and they want you to do the right thing. Okay, so you got Cheryl Reeves here, and you come in here. I got this shot from my boy John the Liquidator, but this is where I'm going. When you get somebody, okay, and you who sits up there in front of the press and says, I don't give two blanks about Indiana fans or any fans here to see Caitlin Clark. Okay, so it makes me kind of wonder, have we been duped? Have we been duped into something? Is there a lot of falsities? Is there a lot of things going on in Pandora's box in the WNBA? I want to know because I've sat back and I've had an opportunity to listen, and here's where it really shocked me. Here's where it really shocked me, folks, and I'll really let you know because at the end of the day, when you get a situation, and I want you to pay attention to what Reeves says, because at the end of the day, this is totally ridiculous. I haven't seen anything like this. I really haven't.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I think some of the challenges, and I told our group, you certainly don't want to make excuses because we've all played basketball for a long time, but I'm big into muscle memory and the muscle memory of a lot of our players playing for their existing teams that they just finished playing for, and then you come in and you spend 2 days. You're not going to be able to, to be able to instinctively get to those places if it's different than what you've been doing. And
So here's the thing that confuses me with Reeves. Okay, and this is where I'm going with this, folks. And I really want to bring this one home, and I really want to get you to understand where my opinion is. And again, it's my opinion. Okay, but if it turns into truth, I've given you the facts before it happened. And this is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. And what I want to talk to you, this is just flat out to me. Now, my opinion as a reporter, flat out lying. Okay, it's flat out lying. Okay, because here's what I did discover. And again, I'm coming aboard. I've seen the WNBA. I've watched the Sacramento Monarchs. I get it, but here's where it got me. I thought we were talking maybe one player, okay, was specifically Caitlin Clark, and you come out and say, I don't give, all the fans are here, I don't give a blank about that, okay? This is a travesty, and here's why. I thought it was one player. It's not one player. There's 4 or 5 players should have been on this squad. What Team USA decided to do is take a vacation to Paris. What Team USA decided to do was take a vacation to Paris. And what they did it was at the expense of all the new fans coming into the WNBA, because that's what Cheryl Reeve just told us. I don't give two blanks about anybody here to see Caitlin Clark. So it went even further. This one here, I have not seen anybody in all my years of being around professional sports. And I started at 14 years old. I have never, ever seen anybody go in there and dupe us, okay? Flat out dupe us to believing not only this team is a good team and this team's going to do well, but it's not even close. This team is not even close,
very,
folks.
very quickly replace some things that you do for other teams. And obviously, I think more of a collective effort defensively. We had a lot of one-on-one, little help, little rim protection. We do not want to give up, 60 points in the paint, right? That is not the plan. And so that to me was our greatest disappointment, in that we were kind of in the my man All-Star Game phase, you know.
So let me back into that. Let me really just kind of explain. Okay, because I'm lost. I'm probably lost as most WNBA fans. Okay, I'm lost at most WNBA fans. Okay, and it's all started when everyone came out. Everybody said Caden Clark was going to flop. She's a rookie playing against grown women. Well, we know all that's not true. Okay, and that's something that the WNBA players had in their head. Okay, now as it's come forward, you got a surrounding situation going on. And I told you, I brought it up to you before. And this is what happened when you make a mockery of the game, okay? Because you got those other players, they want to win. And they want to be the best they can be every time they step on the WNBA court. But if you got politics stopping the best player in the league, come on, guys. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Because at the end of the day, that's not what we come here for. And we got to do a better job of welcoming the new
Like
fans that are coming in.
We play a little more defense than a normal All-Star game, but that's what it felt like. We come out and just played. We didn't come out and like really compete to say we have a certain identity we're trying to play to. And I got to figure that out. I got to help them get there.
Big things, but just so thrilled with what we've been able to accomplish over the last year.
Okay, so this is Kathy Elgerbert. Okay, now let me spend a little time there. Kathy, he's commissioner. Okay, and I want to spend a little time because here's what I really want you to pay. Kathy Elgerbert's going to read Caitlin Clark numbers. She's going to read Caitlin Clark numbers, and rightfully so, because they're all going to be accumulated in the WNBA. However, when it comes to making teams or being selected and things like that, because at the end of the day, the narrative changed so much. The narrative changed so much, folks. And I'm going to walk us through that tonight because Cheryl Reeves made a mockery of the game. We're acting like the WNBA existence is an existence without Caitlin Clark. But all the records, everything you are doing, at some point you got to acknowledge, just like Michael Jordan. When he came in, he came in 1984. Okay, the rookie is the best of the best. Caitlin's the best of the best. Yeah, she's not shooting the ball well right now, but guess what? You ran her legs off her. Okay, you're playing her 40 minutes a game. Now, here's what I want you to do, and there's a lot of smart people. I know there's a lot of smart Indiana basketball fans out there, and I know that is the Mecca. Okay, that's where Naismith, that's where it was invented. So they've been designing this for a long time. Here's the point I'm making. How in the world can you get in there and all of a sudden tell us all the results that has happened? So this is where it gets a little confusing. Competition comes in, different things can happen because none of this would have happened without Caitlin Clark, period. Now, here's where I'm going next to that. If you were doing that and you feel you could do it, you should have done it in 223. Should have done it in 222. You should have done it in 221. That didn't happen, okay? And then you come, and now you bring politics. And, folks, I thought it was just Caitlin Clark. I said, well, let me look at it and see. Because I've been looking at the Indiana Fever and who they play against and how they play against them. But when I looked at the man, they got 4 or 5 players that can replace members on Team USA. But they came to us and told us that this is the hardest team in America to make. These are the best players. That's a lie. I want you to think about that, folks. That's a lie. And they went ahead and gave that. And listen to Kathy Elderberg here. She's reading the numbers. She's doing exactly. I love Kathy Elderberg. But some of the old regime, man, you guys got to, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I love the game. I love the best players. If I'm going to turn on the TV and I got a chance to watch the best players entertaining the fans, because the league is nothing without the fans. The WNBA is nothing without the fans. Take a listen, folks. This is just puzzling. This one got me.
Influx of interest leading our league in sustainable growth, continue to chart this new path for women's professional sports. But, you know, all that said, to open the season, we have seen our highest attendance in 26 years, repeatedly set viewership records. A lot of our teams are up triple digits in attendance, and we have 16 WNBA games this year that have averaged at least 1 million viewers.
Okay. So let's put all that back. Let's get this back in perspective. Okay, you got 1 million viewers because of Clark. Okay, now I understand it and I get it, but I believed you, and when I believed you, you should have just told us the truth, and we would have all been fine with it.
League history, and we're only a little over halfway through the season. Our app active users, you know, we need those young digital native viewers. Our app active users are up 530%.
So there you go, folks. That's what I wanted to bring with you. And here's where I'm going with this, okay? And I'm going to walk you down the line and show you where it all started, okay? So you got Stephen A. Smith, okay? And you move from Stephen A. Smith, okay, and you go in there, and then you get to the WNBA commentator, okay? Now, this is 223, might be a couple names, Andrea Carter, Foster, Gold, Geese, Lobo. Lobo did a great job, McNutt, Peck, Robinson, Brown, Rucco, Ward, Williamson. Okay, here's the deal. We came into the WNBA, and everybody said that this is the hardest team to make. This team is so good, okay, it is extremely hard to make. But you know what I found out? Team's not that good. Team's not that good, okay? And when you get in there and you start producing the fake news, okay, because that's just a flat-out lie. Now, here's what happens because the WNBA came in there and they said, look, here's the deal. We're going to protect the old regime. I get it, protecting the old regime. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it was built on that. But when you get into today and the speed of lightning that time moves at today, okay, the fans are choosing what they want. They have a right to choose what they want to watch. They have a right to choose where they want to go to the games. And when you put out numbers and say we got the highest attendance, the highest season, anything, and if God forbid, if Caitlin Clark decided to do some load management, okay, if the Indiana Fever decided to do load management with Caitlin Clark and made an announcement, Caitlin Clark would be sitting out the next 2 games. See, here's where you lose me, and here's where I got to find myself, and I got to bring myself back because I don't like to be lost that long, and I'm lost. I'll tell you, I'm lost. I don't like to be lost this long, but I'm lost, okay? Because at the end of the day, you cannot go in there and you can't come out and do false reporting. And you can't go to the people and tell us how hard the team is to make the Team USA when you're going on a vacation. And then what got to me, and this really just rode me out. Folks, let's just be honest. Enrique, come on, guys. Let's be honest about something, okay? Because when you look at it, you know, Diana Taurasi, are you going to go this route? Let's be honest, okay? Let's just be honest about what we're saying, okay? These are better ball players. It's not just Caitlin Clark. This is what got me, and it really, really rubbed me out the wrong way. Okay, I was looking at it. Okay, I haven't seen all the teams, 12 players. I know everybody knows everybody been in the league. But you got these women are better. They're better. This player right here, Enrique, is better. It's better than Diana Taurasi than each player on that team. And we're sitting here, and we're arguing or saying this. And this one here, I don't even have a current. This is an old jersey. But I pull this photo up and say, what's wrong with Jaquel Jones? Playing with the Liberty. What's wrong with her? The girl can play. Why is she not on the Olympic team? This is the things that I'm trying to get you guys to understand. That we got duped. Okay, we got lied to. Okay, and it wasn't something that we had an opportunity to even understand or watch. So when you get in there and you get Breanna Stewart played her tail off in the All-Star game, there's no doubt about that, okay? You get Asia Wilson ran on the court, played her tail off, and then you get Taurasi plays 20 minutes. Then you get to Chelsea Gray, you drop down even farther. Then you get down to Jewel Lloyd. So they just not going to face the competition. See, this is what's funny to me, and this is a different – see, if you can talk the talk, you should walk the walk, okay? But if you're going to talk the talk and you ain't going to walk the walk, that's a problem, okay? Because this game was meant to show who is the best WNBA players in the league, and it comes up. Diana Rossi, 20 minutes. Chelsea Gray falls off, okay? You leave Alyssa Thomas out there, and you got all these players, Griner, Copper, Plum, Young, UNESCO. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I'm going to let a cat out the bag. Team USA could play the WNBA All-Stars 10 times. They won't beat them any of those 10 times. They wouldn't beat them any of the 10 times. You know why? They're better basketball players. They're younger, faster, and stronger. Okay, it's just like Gumake said, well, I'm out here playing with these young whippersnappers. Okay, but you don't get to police the league and run it as if it's yours. If you could do anything that would make everybody happy, let the fans vote. When it comes to the All-Star Game, skip the process. Let the fans vote. If you're going to grow the game, you grow it from the fan base, not from an internal political organization of a group that decides I'm going to leave this player off, and then you go over here, you fall back over here to ESPN. They back that story up because they're all former players, but they all lied. Folks, this is a Money Mike syndicated radio podcast. Why would they do that? Okay? This is the Team USA. This team is hard to make. This team is all about fit. This team is all about everything but basketball. That's what you got. This is the Money Mike syndicated radio podcast. We're powered up by fanatics, and we believe in doing what's right. We love the game. We enjoy the game. But there's got to be some integrity and ethics in the game where you don't mislead. This is not friendship. For all the new WNBA fans, here's where I'm going with this. Because, folks, I got a question for you from the fan base, and you got a mockery of the game. Here's my question to you. You got a lot of new fans. So what do you want to tell the new fans? You want to tell them you made a mistake? You want to tell them this? You want to tell them something else? Because they don't have to stay. And they're out there, and I got the comments. They said, look, we follow Caitlin Clark. Caitlin goes somewhere else to play. That's what we follow. So you got a slippery slope. And the other thing that's coming up that's slipping in, I'm telling you now, it's going to get wild and crazy. WNBA free agency. Because Caitlin Clark really could be a free agent. She could be a free agent, go play with another team. But I don't think that's going to happen, okay, because she's from the Midwest, and she doesn't need the extracurricular things that go on in the WNBA. But here's my point I'm trying to make is when you get a player comes in the league, okay, and the player can outplay the current players in the league. And this is what got me because the WNBA was sitting there, and you look at it, you break a record every night. Every night a record's being broken. So we've been playing for 28 years of basketball, and nobody even knows what the records are. And now we break a record every night. Come on, guys. The younger players are better, faster, stronger. I get it. You built the league, but don't take it on theirs. Don't have them miss an opportunity they should get, whether it's Caitlin Clark, okay? She should get that opportunity, okay? Enrique, man, don't even kid me. I mean, that's an embarrassment. Daquel Jones should get that opportunity. There ain't no doubt about it. And when you get into something like this, folks, I'm just trying to tell you, you know what? You got to be fair with yourself. And Kathy Engelbert, I mean, great commissioner. I mean, her heart and soul's in the game. But sometimes you got an old regime. And I look at Cheryl Reeve. You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of Bill Belichick in the NFL. That's Bill Belichick. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what you say. I don't know. You know, let's move on to the next game. But you got beat. You got beat, Reeves. And here's what puzzles me. You got these girls been playing Olympic basketball, and the muscle memory, she uses a golf example. They've been playing basketball in this arena, in this Olympics for many years together, same players. How do you not know the offense? How do you not know the defense? You know why they couldn't do it? You know why that excuse came? Because they're better. They're better players. That's what it is. They're better players. And the minute that you get that, and we give equity, okay, that we're not bouncing back to the commentators, okay, and we don't have the commentators lining up and telling us all these things about the WNBA that are false, okay, because that's the old regime, and the game's not played like that. And I told everybody when I first came, half the players in the WNBA won't even be here. You know why? They got some young talent coming in that will put the brakes on this in a hurry, okay? And you got to deal with it. That's the game. So this is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. We had a great All-Star game, and I looked at it. I saw Team USA, and I don't care if Team USA plays these guys 10 times. They're going to get beat 10 times. You know why? Because they're not that good. They're good compared to the other teams in the Olympics, but in the United States, this ain't the best. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way you convince me that. And then when you get down here and you got Bonner balling out, you got Gumake, man, what a player. Come on, you tell me she can't be on an Olympic team? Come on, she's been there before. Why? We gave somebody else. Okay, and this player here coming 10 for 20 and electrifying the crowd. That's good stuff. Caitlin Clark putting out 10 assists, breaking the record on the first. Next year, she'll do 20. Doesn't matter. And then you got Hamby Jones, Boston Reese. And I love the Indiana Fever because we got a three-headed monster. I mean, you got Mitchell sitting in there, and Mitchell going in there getting her money. So you got all these other players that can out-hoop Team USA. But Team USA, it's like they say, it's not about basketball. It's how well you get along, how well you fit. Hey, did I put my clothes in the right spot in the hotel? Hey, can I get you something to drink when we're out having dinner? That's what it's about. It ain't about basketball. So for the WNBA fan, all the new WNBA fans, please understand this is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. I will always keep it to you. I'm bringing it to you a little uncut because it's a mockery of the game. And Caitlin Clark numbers is Kathy Elgerberg. Because if Caitlin Clark decides to do a little load management, take some pressure off the legs, the WNBA going to really have to deal with that because I saw it in the three-point contest where they started saying Caitlin Clark is being selfish for not playing in the three-point. Give us a break, okay? I mean, folks, I love the game. I love the game of basketball. I've loved it all my life. I love the WNBA, what I've seen. I do not love Cheryl Reeves making a mockery of the game. I do not love ESPN coming in there reporting fake news, telling us that these are the best players in the world on Team USA, because they're not. They got beat. And once you get beat and the team gets confident, you can run it back. In the hoop game, what they used to say, run it back. We can run it back 10 times. We'll beat you 10 times. So that's where I'm at. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. We love you and thank you for your support. We'll always end with all things are possible to those who believe. We always want to get better so we can take you higher and higher. We'll see you soon.